I feel that my visit to Rachel, though it seemed ordinary, was the reason the love between brother and sister came to light. If I hadn't come today, this moment might never have happened. Without this visit, that love could have remained hidden. But today, it revealed itself clearly.
Yahoo!
I'm Rachel, living in a modest neighborhood where challenges are a daily part of life, but we make do with what we have. My day was long, spent cleaning and organizing my small home. Despite its simplicity, I love seeing it neat and tidy. I felt immense satisfaction after finishing, thinking the day would pass quietly, but fate had other plans. As I rested for a few minutes, my phone rang. It was my brother, James, a year older than me. His voice is always warm and full of energy. He said,
"Hi, Rachel. I'm coming over to visit, and Emily is with me."
Emily, his gentle and polite wife, always brings positive energy. I wasn't expecting the visit, but hearing his voice brought me joy. I replied enthusiastically, though with a tinge of nervousness, "You're both very welcome." After hanging up, anxiety crept in. In our culture, hospitality is a deeply cherished value, even when resources are limited. I rushed to the kitchen, opened the cupboards and fridge, and found only a few oranges. Quickly, I decided to make something simple. I juiced the oranges and prepared 2 glasses of cold juice. When they arrived, I greeted them with a warm smile. James and Emily were there, but to my surprise, Mary, Emily's mother, was with them too. This was her first visit to my home, adding to my nervousness, but I tried to stay composed. I offered the juice to Emily and Mary, while I placed a glass of water in front of James, jokingly saying, "I know you love 7-Up, so here you go." James smiled knowingly, his eyes speaking volumes without words. Mary then said kindly, "I love 7-Up. It's soothing for my stomach. Could I have a glass?" My face flushed with embarrassment. I had nothing but water. Just as I was about to confess, James intervened effortlessly, saying confidently,
I'll grab a fresh bottle from the kitchen.
A moment later, we heard the sound of breaking glass. James returned with an apologetic smile and said,
Unfortunately, the bottle broke. I'll head to the store and get a new one.
Mary, with her gentle demeanor, replied, "It's fine. I suppose it wasn't meant to be today." Her understanding smile brought a sense of relief. As the visit ended and they prepared to leave, James hugged me tightly as always. In that moment, I felt something placed in my hand. He looked at me and said softly,
Don't forget to clean the 7-Up in the kitchen so it doesn't attract ants.
Then he left with his usual smile. Opening my hand, I found a small amount of money. Tears welled up, not because of the financial help, but because of the love and care my brother showed throughout the visit. That moment reaffirmed what I had always known. Sibling bonds are not just about blood ties, they're about unconditional support in tough times. What do you think of my brother James's actions? Was his intervention the right thing to do in the way he handled it? Do you believe that simplicity and hospitality can truly reflect care and genuine warmth? Have you ever experienced a moment when a family member supported you in a way that touched your heart? I'd love to hear your stories. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm excited to know how you would have handled things.
Welcome to a new episode of MixCast, the place where we share real stories from the heart. My guest today is truly inspiring. Her story with her brother will make you rethink the meaning of love and support. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi, Victor. I'm really happy to be here today.
Excellent. So, tell me from the start, how was your day going before that call that changed everything?
It was a long day. I'd been cleaning and tidying up my small home. After I finished, I felt proud that everything was in order. I thought the day would pass quietly, but suddenly, my brother James called, saying he was coming over with his wife Emily.
Great. And when you hung up, what was the first thing you thought of?
Worry, because in our culture, hospitality is so important, and I only had a few oranges. I quickly squeezed them and prepared orange juice for 2 guests.
Good. And this is where the surprise happened, right?
Exactly. When they arrived, I found they had brought Mary, Emily's mother, with them. It was her first time visiting my home. An extra guest, and I only had juice for 2. I served the juice to Emily and Mary and placed a glass of water in front of James, joking that I knew he loved 7-Up.
Excellent. And then Mary said she loved 7-Up too, didn't she?
Yes, and that's when my embarrassment grew because I didn't have any. But James stepped in right away, saying he'd get some from the kitchen. A minute later, we heard the sound of a bottle breaking. He came back, laughing, saying it had slipped from his hand and that he'd go buy another one.
Great. But Mary was so understanding.
Yes, she smiled and said it seemed it just wasn't meant to be today. And that eased my worry.
Good. But the best moment came at the very end. Many people have lost faith in family bonds. But your story brought back hope.
Exactly. Before leaving, James hugged me and slipped a small amount of money into my hand, saying, "Don't forget to clean up the 7-Up so the ants don't come." It wasn't the money that touched me, but his thoughtfulness and kindness throughout the visit.
What would you like to say to any brother or sister listening right now?
I tell them that family isn't always perfect or ideal, but there's always a chance to be each other's support. Love doesn't need conditions, and we don't have to wait for an occasion to express it. Sometimes, a small word or simple gesture can bring warmth back into hearts. The most important thing is not to give in to the idea that distance or disagreements are the end of the story, because sometimes a small reunion can bring a whole home back to life.
Excellent. This story proves that true love doesn't need to be big or grand. It just needs to be genuine. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing this beautiful human moment.
Thank you, Victor. I'm the one who's touched to be here. My story may be small, but it carries a big heart.
Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share.